like I said, we interview one of you guys every Friday, and it's really fun. We get to know you better, get to know your background, and share some fun things. So I know you all have been asking about how my mom is doing, and I figured the best person that can give you an answer is Kris herself.
Are you okay with
Hi, Mom!
Oh, Kris! How are ya? How are you?
Kris, my baby!
And guess what? We have another guest here, too.
How are you, Kris?
I don't know why.
God bless you. God bless you. We love you, Kris.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
doing Janome here. I've driven them all crazy. Don't worry.
I can't even imagine, Costa.
said, I
Wish
can't
I
even
was there
imagine.
singing with you.
He did. Can you turn your sound up or can we not hear?
I have my
Oh.
earbuds in. Here, let's see this. Okay, talk. There we go.
Oh, I said I wish I was there singing with Costa.
Oh, I'm telling you. I think I've driven them all crazy. They'll never have me back
No,
again.
we'll have him back, but we're
But-
not crazy.
But I had the best time. This is the best shop, and you have the best people working here. They have been
Thank
so
you.
good to me. Barb, all these people, unbelievable.
They
And
are.
it's just
They,
the best.
they are amazing.
No,
Look
but
at her.
you know what? I remember the first time I met you, and I've never forgotten that moment. And it's just unbelievable. Yeah, so I know I'm in the right place. God brought me back here. So I just wanted to be here. And even if Diane says we have to do virtual and I'm going to pay my way to come back here because I don't care about that kind of thing anyway. So I'm coming back anyway. So I'm hoping to know me, but it doesn't matter, Barb, because I'm coming back.
Oh,
So
thank
because
you.
Barb is not totally certifiable yet. I'm trying to make her go crazy because there's something she's trying to stay sane, but I don't like that.
Oh.
So she is so beautiful. She looks just
Isn't
like
she?
you. Oh my God! I remember when you were little.
I know.
But I've gotten younger, and
Yeah, no, you have.
Kris, we love you. I love you, Kris.
Thank
I love
you.
I love you. We miss you so much, but you got to get
Thank
better.
you.
We love you, love
Yes.
you, love you. You're going to be in San
Thank you.
Antonio. You'll be better for that. I'm going to be in Janome, San Antonio, the Institute.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I
you'll be
hope
there. You'll be there. You're going to take my class.
We miss you so much.
Susan.
Thank you.
Love you.
Oh, we
You
love
look
you.
great.
You look beautiful, though.
Thank-
You
oh,
look
Guys.
beautiful.
Aw.
let me tell you, this neck color, it really pushes up everything, so then your wrinkles really show.
Yeah.
Your wrinkles
It
do
just-
not show. You're so
Oh,
young
yeah.
and beautiful. You're beautiful. We love you, love you, love
Thank
you.
you.
You are
I
amazing.
know.
Thank
Doesn't she
you.
look good?
She does look good, and you look just like her. The other ones talk to you. I love you, love you, love you. You are amazing, and they probably will never have me over again. But I'm just gonna I'll be as crazy as I can.
Okay. Thank you, Costa. Oh my gosh. Oh, how
Right.
like what is going on here?
Oh my gosh. Like I said, this guy is hilarious. Love him.
hello, my friend.
But guess what, you guys? Kris
You
is
guys
in the
are
house.
so nice.
I
Oh,
know.
what wrinkles? Oh my gosh, you guys. I cannot even tell you enough.
Here we go. I see those tears. There's that twitchy nose. Don't start. We're on live
So, I
video,
know.
Mom.
Whew. Just how grateful I am for all of you. You've been so wonderful. And my goodness, the letters I've received. I just can't thank you all enough. So, thank you.
I said, how are we going to do 3 at 3 today? Because we both are ball babies and we have to get to thing number 2 and 3. We have to finish the
Oh.
interview. But
Yes, right. Yes, we have lots to talk about.
But
Oh,
you
my
look
goodness.
good.
Oh, Jessica. No.
You look
I
good.
I I I feel a mess. Well, I did Dad helped me wash my hair today, which helped tremendously.
Sometimes you just need a good. I should get someone to
Yeah,
wash
I
my
I
hair.
just need a good wash. So,
You know, you always feel
uh
the best when you get your hair done and they wash your hair for you. You're like, man, could you wash my hair
yes,
every day?
right. And I actually got dressed on the top, and so I'm business on top and party on the bottom.
That's how
So
we
I'm wearing
roll.
my sweats and my, compression socks down on the bottom and looking super amazing.
Uh huh.
And then up on top, I had to feel like I got a little dressed up a little bit. This is actually first time I've worn any kind of makeup in 2 weeks. So it felt very good to actually, when you asked me to do this today, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I
Mm.
don't know. I don't know about this,
But
but
I
you know
was like,
what? I
I
might as
know
well.
people are gonna be dying to see you. Like
Oh,
I don't want you at work. You need a rest.
no. Oh no.
But
I cannot. No. I'm in bed. It's I don't know if you can tell. Here we go.
in bed,
I'm
resting.
in bed. I fortunately I have a sleep number bed, which is AKA a hospital bed. It seems
It
like
really
I feel
is.
like I'm in the hospital, but it is very nice that goes up, and so
Mm-hmm.
it's been wonderful to be able to be in this. And like I said, it's my first time actually getting somewhat dressed
Ready.
up,
Yeah.
because I had to do that today for all of you.
Well, when you don't feel good and you're not going
Right.
anywhere, it's like what's the point, right?
Right.
But
Oh yeah,
I
exactly.
said, you
So,
know, people are going to be dying to see you and they
no.
want to know because I get asked every day. I'm like, "How's your mom doing?" And I'm like, "She's good. She's good." And you've
Well,
told me to
yeah.
tell them like what you said, but I can't give it enough justice. Like I can tell them what you think, like all your feelings, like how grateful you are, but coming from you,
Mhm.
like
I know.
I don't know.
Well, it's hard to describe to everyone what is inside here,
Mhm.
because inside here, I am bursting with gratitude.
Mhm.
Um, the support and love I have felt from all of you has been unbelievable. I am just, I, I, I'm a woman of faith, and so I know that so many prayers from so many of you are heard and answered, and I truly believe that. And I'm just incredibly grateful for that kind of support and love. And I I honestly every day I was having a rough day the other day, and Mike brought me home this stack of cards, and I just cried because I was just so overwhelmed with gratitude, you know?
Mhm.
So it's hard to explain. And I said to Mike, I said, how do you adequately express to somebody and to people you've never met before in real life? How do you tell them thank you enough that they know of your sincerity? And
Mhm.
um, I hope you can feel that, because I truly am. I do feel so blessed. The recovery is going well.
It
I
is.
get
I'm actually
my
shocked
stitches
how
out
fast you are
next week.
recovering.
Yeah, it's I think the hardest part is just, and for people who've had this surgery before, you'll understand what I'm saying. Imagine just not being able to move your head right, left, down, backwards. I mean, we just take that for granted, right? You are completely still and have to be still in order for the bone graft to take, in order for that fusion to take, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so to to have that for 2 months. So I mean, I'll be back to work. I don't know, maybe in a couple more weeks. I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking, but I'll still have this on, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so it's just so weird. It's just
Mm-hmm.
really weird for me
And if
to
you
be
know my
able to
mom,
not move.
she is always moving. Like, she is
Well,
like,
yeah,
she just wants to be doing something. It kind of drives
yeah.
her crazy being
I
stuck at
It
home.
drives me crazy. So this is actually kind of a nice little break, a little reprieve to be able to talk to all of you and see your
Have a
comments here,
social
which is
outlet.
just so nice. Yeah. And to have a social outlet because I'm just staring at the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Um and that can be kind of emotional too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel for people who have worse problems than I have, and have to do these kinds of things more often. It would be very lonely,
Mm-hmm.
because it's an emotional roller coaster for sure.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I no, and I'm not rushing.
no,
I'm not rushing.
I was gonna say
I am
she's not rushing.
totally
We are
no.
really strict about it,
Oh no,
and
my
you are
family
too.
won't allow it. Yeah. No, I understand the importance of taking
Mm-hmm.
the time needed to heal so that the bone graft heals, you know?
Yeah.
So
Well, and like you've been
that's
really
good.
good about like doctor's orders. Like you have, like you told me the other day you walked a mile, and I was like, "What? Why did you do that?" But
Mhm.
doctor's orders,
Mhm.
it's to help
Yes.
with blood clots. It's supposed to help,
Yes.
just all of that stuff. There's
It
so many
helps the healing
benefits.
process
Mhm.
to actually move, you know?
Mhm.
And so fortunately we have a treadmill. I'd be scared to death to actually walk outside
Well, and you're
um
going like 1 mile per hour.
to fall. Yeah, I'm going like 1 mile an hour and I've got handrails, you know,
Mhm.
and but I am doing that every day because the doctor wants me to.
Yeah,
And
which I
yeah,
think is good.
I'm not returning to work per se. I am doing some things from home, but
I
on
think
my
that's the
computer
beauty of it.
because face it, I this would be an awfully long day if I didn't. So
She's
I've
like,
got to
please
do
give me
something.
something to do. As long as
Please,
it
please.
allows
Oh,
you to stay in bed, I'll give it to you. Okay?
yes, exactly. Yeah.
So,
And, it's actually pretty good. This hour is usually when I'm awake.
mm-hmm.
Do it earlier in the day and I'm probably asleep, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So,
Well, should we go ahead and start this official interview, Mom?
oh, yeah, sure.
Sure.
Ask me anything.
All right.
What you
All
got?
right. Let me see. Let me pull these up. So many people, and you get asked this all the time, so many people want to know, how did girlfriends get started? And you
Mm,
shared this, let's see, you shared it back when we did the sewing night with you, Barb, and Kyle,
yes.
or whatever. What was that? I can't remember.
Uh,
Back in December.
it was an open sew night. There were
Oh,
about
open sew,
60
that's right.
people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, you
And
did.
I
You did
shared the
share this.
story of my girlfriend's quilt shop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I thought it would be fitting for you to share just a little bit about it. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna pull some pictures up, okay? And you're gonna start going with it.
Okay. And I'm happy to answer some other questions. I see
Yeah.
Cindy just asked why the green doors, and I can definitely tell you about
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah. I think
And
this might be a little bit longer of an interview than normal, because it is. But
I'll
like,
try to keep it brief.
yeah, we'll do like a condensed version, but
Yeah.
yeah, we'll for sure answer your questions. It's basically an Ask Kris Anything interview. So, but I'm gonna pull up this picture. And you're
Okay.
going to tell me who
Let's
this
see.
is.
Oh, yes. Okay. So I apologize for those of you who've already heard this story. But I think it's important that I think it's one I want to share because I get asked all the time, where did the name My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop come from? How did you decide to name it that name? And it actually is a really special story to me and to Mike. So um, we started My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop 10 years ago. And this woman, this beautiful woman, is a picture of my grandmother. And her name is Pearl Warren. Isn't that a beautiful name? And doesn't she have beautiful red hair? I just an amazing woman. And we were very close to our grandma. Interestingly enough, our grandma, a lot of people assume that Kim and I have been raised in a family that sewed all the time, right? Our mother must have sewn, our grandmother must have sewn, and actually that's not the case. They have always appreciated people who have sewn. They've appreciate things that have been sewn, but they were not necessarily sewers themselves. Um, our grandmother later in life, she became a widow. Her husband passed away, grandpa passed away about 10, 15 years before her. And so she lived by herself in a home in Mesquite, Nevada. Well, next door to her home in Mesquite, Nevada was a house that stood empty most of the time. And I'm not sure why my picture is going pixelated. Okay. Anyway, it stood empty most of the time. And the reason for that was because it was a second home for a woman by the name of Susan Balfe. And she lived in Salt Lake, and her friends every now and then would come down to her second home in Mesquite, Nevada, and they would fill their cars, okay? And they would fill their cars from top to bottom. And what do you think they would fill their cars with? They were on a mission, man. They were on a mission. They were
Sewing
going to have
weekend.
a sewing weekend.
No, it's not a
Exactly.
weekend. It was a sewing week.
It was more of a week. They would
2
have
weeks.
a sewing week at Susan's second home. Yeah. So when they would go down there, so Susan and there were about 6 other women who were all friends. They would go down there and they would spend the whole week sewing, right? They had their machines, they'd sew, and of course, really good food, yummy food. You can see that there in this picture.
Cashews, nuts.
Now my grandma, sewing was not her thing, but they invited her to come anyway. They always wanted her to come to the house to do quilt work with them, and she would say to them, but you guys, I don't sew. I don't do that. And they'd say, oh, Pearl, it's just fine. Come on over. We want you to be here anyway. So they convinced her to come over, even though she was not a quote unquote sewer, right? So she would come over, and that became her social life. Every few months, when Susan and the friends would come down from Salt Lake. And so she would just sit and enjoy visiting with them. And she became their official presser. We like to call her their official presser because they would sew and
I love
she
this
would
picture,
press
by the
their
way.
seams. I know. Don't you
This
love
is
this
my
picture?
favorite. Mm-hmm.
She would press their seams. And there's a picture of her with these fans, these beautiful Dresden fans that were on her, and she would press for them. Now I think to myself, how nice would it be to have an official presser, right?
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? You just sewed and someone else pressed for you, and that's what she did, and she loved every minute of it. She would unpick their seams for them, and pretty soon they started teaching her other things.
Like binding.
Binding! And so they taught her how to bind. And I said to my grandma one day on the phone, I said, she was telling me about, being over here at her girlfriend's house for this quilt retreat, and she said, yeah, they taught me how I'm pressing their seams, and I'm doing their binding for them, and I'm ripping out seams. And I said, Grandma, I think they're taking advantage of you. Teasing, of course.
Teasing, yeah.
And she just laughed, and she goes, it's so much fun. But she never sewed, and it was okay.
She
And
never
she
touched a
loved
sewing
it.
machine.
And grandma was she wasn't much of a social person. Like, she, in her later years, she was pretty much by herself. She had a little dog, and but she wasn't a churchgoer. She didn't do anything really. She didn't have a social group per se. She didn't have really any friends there in
I think
Mesquite.
that was
And we
after.
always felt so bad because
I think
we
that was after
lived so
Grandpa
far
died.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, anyway, so this became something she looked forward to so much when they would come down. Here she is. They would ask for her opinions on quilts. And she'd give her opinions, and talk about the colors and stuff. And go ahead and show the next picture, Jess.
Okay.
And one day, I remember calling my grandma on the phone, and I said, so Grandma, what are you doing today? And she said, oh, I'm just going over to my girlfriend's. Okay. I'm just going over to my girlfriend's. And so here, I've shared this before. She, this woman, she always, I don't even know what her name was.
I
But
just
my
love the fact
grandma,
that she's in her pajamas.
I love that she's in her pajamas. Yeah, why not, right?
But Nana didn't go out
She
in
was
pajamas. She
fantastic.
was always
No,
dressed to the nines.
She was always dressed to a T. In fact, she was always telling me, Kris, you need to wear more lipstick. She was always dressed to the nines. But this was, I will refer to this woman as Jamie Lee Curtis, because that's what Grandma would call her. I don't even, like, all of you who know who Jamie Lee Curtis was, you'll laugh at this, because that's what Grandma said, was this was Jamie Lee Curtis. But isn't it cute that they would have, like, her in all these pictures and stuff? I received these pictures after she had passed away, and they're a treasure to me. Do we have another one, Jess?
Yeah, here's this one. I love this one too. You can see her little red hair.
Yeah, you can see the red head popping up from the back. Isn't that amazing? So I mean, boy, she did a lot of jobs for them. I mean, she was not only the presser and the unpicker and the binder, but she stood and held quilts.
Yep.
For pictures, right? Which is really fun. So anyway, the sweetest thing that I think ever happened was that they, about 6 months before she passed away, they actually gave my grandmother a quilt. They made her a quilt. Now, Grandma could have had anything. Like, there was nothing that she couldn't have purchased that she would want. And they made her this quilt, and she just cried, and you would have thought they gave her the world. And they did.
Yeah.
They truly did, through their friendship, right? And so something so meaningful was that they gave her a quilt. And you know what quilt they gave her before she passed away? This is the thing, everyone. Grandma was in really good health. They had no idea that right around the corner she would have a massive heart attack and pass away. And they gave her this quilt as a gift of friendship. And so, do we have a picture of the quilt,
Yeah,
Jess?
I'm gonna pull that out. I can't see. My eyes are blurry.
You're good. I know.
Oh. Okay.
I know. This is a picture of the attic, what we call the attic at my girlfriend's quilt shop in Logan. And this was a place where we would gather and do things. Do you see the quilt in the background that's hanging on the wall? That is the quilt that they made her.
The ones
Now,
that she
do you
pressed.
the ones that she pressed. Do you see that? Is that beautiful? So all this time when she was pressing those seams, she had no idea that they were actually making the quilt for her. They were making that quilt for her. Unbelievable. And then, like I said, she passed away shortly after. Now, this is where the story gets really good, my friends. Is
I don't
we
know
had
if
not opened
I
up the
don't know if
quilt
I'm
shop.
ready for this yet.
I know, I know. It's the sweetest thing. When this happened, right before Mike and I opened the quilt shop, we had decided about 11 years ago that we wanted to embark on this new adventure. I didn't know what the name of the shop was going to be. I honestly, it was something that I had wanted, but um, I had to find just the right name. I wanted to find the perfect name for this shop, right? And so um, I wonder if
I
am
think
I
you need,
fuzzy to you, Jess?
yeah, I think you
I
need to
wonder if
do
I should turn off
hotspot.
my Wi-Fi or something
Yeah.
on my phone. I don't know. I'm so sorry, you guys. That's fuzzy. I don't know. I'm afraid to I'm afraid to change my hotspot. Do you think I should try?
Are you on
Do I
hotspot
dare?
or Wi-Fi?
I'm on Wi-Fi.
You could do hotspot. Oh, it's looking better.
Should I try? Is it looking better?
Oh, no, it went out again.
No. Shoot.
It's okay.
Um, should I try my hotspot?
Mhm.
Do I dare?
Yep,
Okay.
do it.
If I go off, we'll get back on.
Yep.
Okay.
You guys, while that's going, grab some tissues because I can
Is
never
that better?
get through this. Oh, yeah. I said I can never get through this
Mhm.
without
I
crying.
know.
So I might just
I know.
like this.
This
But
it's
keep
all
going.
good. It's all good. So this is where this story really takes another interesting path. Okay. And that is that shortly after she had passed away, Mike and I were in the works of putting together this quilt shop. Didn't know what it was going to be called. And Kim and I went down to Salt Lake one day. We were doing Studio 5. And, whenever you're in the big city, you,
Gotta go to a quilt
um,
shop.
you got to go to a quilt shop, right? You got to Google the nearest quilt shop. And we wanted to find a quilt shop we had never been to before. And so the quilt shop, we Googled quilt shops in Salt Lake. The quilt shop that came up was Elaine's Quilt Block. And we said, we've never been to Elaine's Quilt Block before. Maybe we should give it a try. So we put it on our GPS. We got done with Studio 5 and we went up to Elaine's Quilt Block. It's on the east side of Salt Lake and had a wonderful time there. Of course, spent lots of money. And because who doesn't, right?
Yep,
When you
right.
go shopping. And we're standing in line waiting to check out. And this woman from behind taps Kim on the shoulder. And we turn around and she said, "You must be Pearl's granddaughters. Are you Kim and Kris? Are you Pearl's granddaughters?" And we were just shocked. We were just like, because it hadn't been that long before that grandma had passed away.
Mhm.
And right there in the middle of the store, we said, "Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, we are. How did you know? How did you know our grandma Pearl?" And she said, "Your grandma was in my quilt group." Are you
I
kidding
love
me?
that.
I had never met these women before. And here we're standing in the middle of this quilt shop, and there is a woman, because, like I said, this group of ladies were all from Salt Lake City. And um, she had recognized us because grandma was a proud grandma, she was doing what grandmas do and always sharing pictures. And so this woman had recognized us in the store. And we hugged and embraced right there in that store, and we began to cry,
This is my
to
favorite part.
sob, because here we're embracing a total stranger that we'd never met before. We're crying, she's crying, the lady behind us at in line is crying, and the lady at the register is crying. We are all crying, and we've never met before, right? And
Yeah.
it's because that's what we as women do. That's what we do. We connect on another level that a lot of people may not quite understand. And so it was the most amazing, it was like this godsend for us because I had missed grandma so much. And then all of a sudden, we meet this woman in the middle of a quilt shop that we just happened to do a GPS to, and Google to find out what shop we should. Out of all the shops we could have gone to that day, we chose that shop.
Yep.
To me, that gives me the goosebumps because I know that there was something more there, right? And so we had a wonderful time visiting this woman. We came over after we checked out. We went over to in the corner, and grandma, and she started telling us stories about grandma, and it was amazing. There were stories she told us that I would not have known otherwise. I would have never known that my grandma had done, and
I'm gonna pull up one picture.
it was just beautiful. It was
pull up this
such
picture
a
again.
beautiful experience. Oh, the woman who
The
is
very right.
bald that doesn't have hair? It's because she was going through cancer treatments at the time, and this is what this is what her and her friends, you know, she would go down, and this gave her reprieve. This gave her joy and a sense of purpose before she had passed away. But every time she'd come down, my grandma had this extensive hat collection, and
Oh my
she would
gosh.
say,
Just
"Oh, come and
incredible.
please come over and choose a hat. I want you to find a hat, any hat, because my grandma had all these hats in her closet that she never wore, but she
That's
had
the
this
funny
beautiful
part. I
hat
never saw her
collection.
wear
I
them.
know, not often, but she had this beautiful cat collection. And then a few months would go by, and she would come. This group of ladies from Salt Lake City would come back, and then she would say, "Come and get a hat." This woman told us this story in the quilt shop, and I had no idea. I had no idea that was the case, that my grandma had done that. It seems very small, but to me, it's very significant because it shows you and tells you the kind of person my grandma was. She was very, very giving, but she was a very kind of more of a quiet, more reserved person, very behind the scenes that she gave. And I never knew that story. And I would have never known that story had I not met this woman. So, it was amazing. So we got done with this, and at the end, we smiled, said thank you. It was so wonderful meeting you. We got in the car, and Kim and I were just like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. I can't believe that just happened." So we're on our way home from Salt Lake back to Logan, and we were talking about the quilt shop coming up. And Kim said to me, "Do you have a name yet? Have you chosen a name yet for your shop?" And it came to me as clear as day. Clear as day. I said, "It's got to be called My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop." Because I'll never forget, first of all, when my grandma would say, "I'm going over to my girlfriend's," because it would be a place where everyone, no matter what your background, your story, who you are, where you came from, what color skin you have, what religion you are, all of those things don't even matter. What matters is that we connect, right? And so my girlfriend's cool shop would be more of a place where women and men would connect as if you were amongst friends and that you are coming to their home. And that has always been the number one goal for me. The number one goal would be for that people would feel that way, whether it's through a screen like this or whether they come through our doors. And so that's how the name My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop came to be. And the name has served us well, because that everything we do, the philosophy we have, is all based on what the girlfriend way. We call it the girlfriend way. And what would your best girlfriend do for you? We try. We're not always perfect at it, but we certainly try.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
So that's that. I hope that
Holy
helps
cow.
explain. I know it was kind of a long story. I'm sorry.
No, you guys, I have heard this story so many times. She's given it at different conferences. She's given it just in groups of friends, whatever, at the shop.
Yeah.
And I always get emotional about it because,
Mm-hmm.
one, I miss Nana a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I miss her a
Me
lot.
too.
And two, we've seen everything happen over the past 10 years and
Yeah.
how much we've grown together. And I think especially now, this past year with COVID,
Yeah.
like we were afraid that because we would do all these events, we do these classes, we did a lot of things in person because that's really what fueled our purpose, is to
Right.
gather. And so
Yeah.
then with COVID hitting, we're like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? Like, this is how we run our business, this is how we have gotten to where we are, and we figured out a way to do that virtually.
Right.
I mean, 3 at 3, we did the sewing summits, remember those?
Yeah. Oh my goodness,
we've
yes.
done comments sold, we've done all of our online classes and events, Kimberbell events.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I can say for all of us, you've accomplished that, Mom. You've still continued that. So, woo. Why are we?
It's why I know, but it's why I do what I do, and it's why the it's more what I've always wanted is it's more than a quilt shop. You can have fabric cut anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can go down the street and have fabric cut. You can have fabric cut at Joann's or Hobby Lobby or wherever it might be. It had to be more for me feeling like to have a sense of purpose in what I was doing. It had to be more than just that. And so that's why it is what we do.
Yeah, for sure.
So thank you guys. And thank you, all of you, for being a part of it. I mean,
I know it's not just us.
We wouldn't be able to do this without you. And I have such wonderful employees who, are amazing. I couldn't do this all by myself either. So, yeah. But I think, the thing about sewing and quilting is that this is something that our mothers and our grandmothers and our great grandmothers and grandfathers and grandfathers, this is something that has been done for generations of time because it's brought people joy, right? Mm-hmm. Some because of necessity, right? But so much because of joy. Mm-hmm. And so the same can be the same in 2021 as it was in the 1800s, the 1900s. The same can be in 2021. It might look a little different, but it still nonetheless is the same.
Yep.
It's the same. We can do that.
And I think that's a good way to go into real quick. Can you explain the girlfriend green doors? I think a lot of people are asking about that.
Okay, so I'm not quite sure why I first started with green. I loved the apple color green. To me, green is a symbol of life, right? Mm-hmm. A life, of living. Things that grow in nature are green. And so it's symbolic of living and being joyous. If you see things that are green, they are alive. So that's where the green color came from. But when we built our Sandy store several years ago, I wanted the doors painted green. And the reason why it was that was because The doors going into the classroom was symbolic of a place where people, men and women, would get together who loved doing these things, and they would come together and they would share the same kinds of stories with one another as women did so long ago around a quilting bee, right? A
Mm-hmm.
quilting bee, they would sew and they would stitch, and you better believe that they talked about what problems they might have been having with their children. They laughed together, they cried together, they ate good food together, all of those things. The same can happen now even in 2021. And so
Mm-hmm.
we gather together and we come together and we share this common thread, if you will, behind the
Mm-hmm.
green doors. So the green
Mm-hmm.
doors were symbolic that when you opened them up, it was giving you new life and new
Mm-hmm.
joy, right?
Yep.
So that's the
Kind of
symbolism
leaving
behind the green doors.
the stress of life
Leaving
behind.
the stress of life
Mm-hmm.
behind, and for a moment, you you enter a place where you can be who you are, and there's
Mm-hmm.
no such thing as dumb questions, and there's no
Mm-hmm.
such thing as feeling less than somebody else. We're all on the same path, and we come together and we share this joy together.
Yeah.
Whether you've been sewing for years and years or you're brand new, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
Yep.
that's why.
Love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Can you believe
So,
we've been doing this for 10 years?
no,
We are
mm-mm, I
celebrating
can't.
10 years this June, you guys. 10
Yeah.
years.
And
Insane.
Jessica, I think it's time to put up the tug picture.
I was just about to say that. Um, we have something really exciting coming up. We're just gonna give you a little
Teaser.
sneak peek, little teaser for right now. But let's just say we're gonna have something exciting coming up, and this is all we're gonna tell you.
Well, what I will say, maybe this gives away too much, but it's time to get together.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to come together, my friends, and it's going to happen. So the question is, are you feeling the tug?
Yep.
I hope you are. I hope you are feeling the tug because it's time. And I've told my staff it's time, and I can't wait. So be watching,
Yep.
and more is to come because it's time.
It is time. So that leads right into thing number 3.
Hmm.
All right. Let me pull this up. Whoop.
I don't even know what theme number 3 is, do I?
Well, I don't think so.
Oh, I kind
But
of do, I think.
yeah. Um, how do I type real quick? Text. Okay, here we go. Okay. Feel the tug. Do you see that?
Oh, there you go.
Feel the tug. Um, we were trying to figure out what we want to do for deal of the day today, and we decided we're going to give all of you a coupon for 25% off one item using the code Feel the Tug. Okay?
And yes, we understand that tug is spelled incorrectly.
There's a reason, you guys.
There's a reason for that. There's a
There's
reason.
a reason. It's play on words. There we go.
Mary
Feel
said she's
the
going to
tug.
spend all weekend figuring out the words to tug. Think about it. There is
about
a
it.
meaning to this.
Mm-hmm. My mom likes to, what's that called again?
Acronyms?
Acronyms.
I'm a believer.
Oh my gosh, she
I'm
loves acronyms.
I love a good acronym.
Right, you do. I'm
Yeah,
gonna pull this up again.
I do.
Are you feeling the tug? I'm gonna pull this up. All right. Are you feeling the tug? It's time to get together, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
More news coming.
Mm-hmm.
But to get you all excited, use this coupon code. Here, let's see. Use code. Feel the tug.
Yeah. And that really has nothing to do with
No, it
the
doesn't.
other thing.
No, it doesn't.
But,
The coupon code
Yes.
says tug.
Works today. Yes. Yes. So 25% off any one item on the website.
Mm-hmm. Feel the tug.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So use that coupon code. It won't be under deal of the day. You
Nope.
do have to use that. Oh, Miss Lynn.
You guys, I'm just so, like, I wish I could just scream it from the rooftops right now, but I'm not going to. I want to keep the suspense going. But
Soon, very soon.
very soon, are you feeling the tug?
Mm-hmm.